A customer sent in a DS412 Plus with the blue light blinking endlessly. I've had it plugged in for about 5 to 10 minutes now, and it is not initializing. Our status light over here should be turning orange, and it is not. So let's open it up and find out why. All right, I've removed the motherboard out of the unit, and one of the things that we had fixed in the past for a similar issue was there's an IC chip on the back of this daughter board which can fail. Unfortunately, there's no way to know with a multimeter whether or not it is shorted or anything like that, so we did have to replace it to discover whether or not it repaired the module, which on this one I did already replace our daughter board with a known good one, so I know that that's not the issue. So our next step is going to be to do some short checks around the motherboard and see if we can find anything. Now, commonly we do see power surges or lightning strike enter through the Ethernet cables, and that can affect some of the IC chips over here. So we'll do a couple checks there first and then the rest of the board. So this is our Ethernet port here, and if we follow the traces, they lead to these two chips over here. All right, do we get a short? Nope, no beep, no short, no beep, no short, no short. Let's go to this one. No short, no short, nope, nope. All right, so it looks like neither of those chips are shorted according to our few checks we did here. And my next step is usually to check for shorts on the inductors, so on the power rails. I don't have really any over here on the back side, but I do on the front side. So we have this big guy over here, 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 and then we have some smaller ones over here, here, and here. So let's go ahead and check those. All right, so again, I have one lead on ground, and I'm just checking. Okay, no beep. Let's go to this one, 122 ohms, so that's not a dead short. This one we have 380 ohms, not short. Over here we have this smaller one, and we do have a beep. That means we have a short. It's not a dead short. We have 23 ohms. All right, let's keep checking just the other ones real quick. We'll have to circle back to this one. This one, 140 ohms. And this one, 384 and rising, and now it's open. Okay, so not a short. All right, let's go back over here, and let's see if we can trace that back. Both sides, of course, since it's an inductor, are going to be shorted. And we can see one side goes to this capacitor, to this IC, and I believe this is our EEPROM actually. So our EEPROM here, let's see, this is pin 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be pin 5, I believe. So our pin number 5 has a 23, 24 ohm short to ground. Now this is a known good board, and let's do a comparison reading. So for this one, we're getting 0.617 kilo ohms, so 617 ohms. So back to our customer's board over here, we're getting 23.7 ohms. Now, who's to say that this EEPROM is the fault, or perhaps maybe this capacitor over here could be the short or the cause of the short, because it also has a similar short, 21.4. It's possible any of the components that are in parallel with this EEPROM or capacitor could be shorted. One of the things we're going to do is I'm going to plug it in, and I'm just going to feel around to see what gets hot. And whatever gets hot, I'm going to go ahead and determine is the fault. Plugging it in. Let's see, our blue light is flashing. Let's go back over here. We're going to spray a little bit of alcohol and see what evaporates first. So I am obviously seeing some evaporation over here on this capacitor, but the EEPROM seems to be already fully evaporated. Based off of that, it does look like the EEPROM is getting hotter. Go ahead and spray again here. The other thing is, it does look like because there's a larger surface on the EEPROM, it does have more alcohol to evaporate. So it's possible that it is actually significantly hotter, even though it's only evaporating the alcohol a little bit faster than the capacitor. I'm going to go ahead and just feel it with my finger. Yeah, that's definitely hot. That's abnormally hot, absolutely. Should not be that hot. Feel the capacitor. I'm not feeling anything warm from the capacitor. It's room temperature, so I don't think that that's going to be the issue. So let's go ahead and remove our EEPROM out of circuit. We'll then recheck for shorts and proceed from there. All right, so it does look like, unfortunately, I forgot to hit record when I was desoldering the EEPROM, but I have already removed it. We've already cleaned off the pads, putting one lead on our ground and our other lead on that same pin. We are now getting 523 ohms. So it looks like our short is gone. What that means is I'm very confident that that EEPROM is defective and needs to be replaced. So let's go ahead and do that next. All right, so while our EEPROM is programming, we're gonna go ahead and clean up our pads. All right, we're all cleaned up. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of solder on our pin 1. And now we can go ahead and slide our newly programmed EEPROM right into place. Now let's lock it in. We'll get back to that in a second. All right, there we go. All right, and then same thing, a little cleanup before we power it on. All right, so we're gonna do a final check here. So again, with one of our leads to ground, let's see, do we still have a short? We are still getting 536 ohms, which is very good news. Let's go ahead and plug it in and see if it is now working. All right, our blue light is flashing, so let's go ahead and wait just a few minutes and we'll see if our status light does turn orange and it finishes initializing. All right, it's been about a minute and a half and we now have our orange status light blinking. In addition to the blue light is no longer blinking. So let's go ahead and put it all back together. We'll make sure it now detects on the network and that'll be our final confirmation that we've properly fixed this board. All right, the unit has finished initializing completely. So back to our monitors here. As we can see here, the disk station Synology DS412 is ready to go. So we're just gonna start our server name, password. So that does conclude our repairs here. If you want to go ahead and send in your unit for repair, we'll have links in the video description down below to our website. We always do a 1-year warranty on all of our repairs. If you have any questions, we'll have our contact information down there as well. If you like the video, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more content, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for watching.